Hello, everybody. Welcome to Media Club, Waypoint's podcast, all about all things media related. Today, I'm joined by Austin.
That's me. Hello.
Brett.
Hello.
Jordan.
What's up, everyone?
And Josh.
Rest in peace, Chris. Big ups, homie. Never forget.
R.I.P.
Never forget.
Went on vacation and never came back.
Yep.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
I will remember you. Whoever's editing this, just start putting slideshows.
Well, today, before we get into what we've been playing and watching, got a little bit of housekeeping. So we actually had a very big week of content go up last week. So we started off with our brand new show, Pitch It, which it was all Austin's baby. It was all Austin. So
It was a
all
lot of fun
credit goes to
doing.
him.
Well, not all credit, because there was, when we did the Star Wars episode, I'm like, hey, I'm not a Star Wars guy. So I just kind of threw that on Albob, and I think he killed it. So more
thank you.
applause for Albob as well, the little hype master over there. Yeah, he did well. He did very well. Yeah, Pitch is an idea. I'm glad it's coming to fruition. So here we are.
Yeah. Then we also had 2 spoiler casts go up. We had our Mortal Kombat 2021 spoiler cast go up Monday. And then Wednesday, we had our Season 1 spoiler cast of Invincible go up.
What a show, right?
Oh, yeah. Both
Exactly.
incredible pieces of content. So
Mhm.
then finally, speaking of content, we had an episode of The Grind go up with Kyle Stevenson. It's a little bit shorter of an episode, but it was still a great one. We had some great conversations all about 6-1 Indie and his path through content creation. So go give that a watch if you haven't already.
6-1 Indie. Yeah, I've never heard of that. That's a little weird.
They were great until they hired some hack recently. I don't know.
Who's that?
Exactly.
Who's that? No, the episode in
Some-
all honesty it's very laid
Yeah.
back. It's just
Mhm.
a chat, and
That's
I
good.
had a good time.
So before we get into the topic of the show, is more housekeeping. We have our Fantasy Critic League update, which the link for that will be in the description. You can go down there and follow the league whenever we're not giving you updates. So first we got Jordan, since he was the first to draft. And let's see, new Pokemon Snap came out last week.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
that got 11 points. So he is sitting at 12 points total right now.
Yeah, finally recovering from Destruction All Stars, which Destruction alled my score. I thought it would flow better, but it didn't.
Clearly.
Yeah. But yeah, you haven't made any pickups lately. The last thing you picked up was Mario Golf Super Rush, which still a
Good
little
pick.
mad you got that one. Great
That's a good
pick,
take.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and E3's coming up, so I'm like, let me not spend all my bids just yet. You know?
Oh, who did that? That's weird. Alec did too.
Little-
I did
Alec
mine
did,
day,
yeah.
Foreshadowing.
I did mine day one. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you pulled
So-
the Tim Geddes before Tim Geddes did.
Yeah.
Tim Geddes pulled a me. We've been through this.
Yeah.
Then we have Chris, which RIP.
Yeah, rest in peace. I'll take his points. I could use them.
You
ooh,
could
yeah.
use them. That's for sure. It's true.
Well, speaking of points, he's actually got a few more because I think the last time we gave an update, Monster Hunter Rise just came out. So he's got 18 points there. But
I
then
was shocked about that, by the way.
But then today, Resident Evil Village came out and he's got 14 points with that. So he's sitting at 32.
Damn.
And the last game he picked up, which I think he had the last time, was Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, and Sifu.
2 good takes, I would say. I think
Yeah.
people will do well.
I didn't
for
even
that.
think about picking up Final Fantasy VII Intergrade because I thought that was just the DLC, so it wouldn't be available. I didn't even think of it as like a second game because it's a
Mhm.
remaster.
I mean, I like half my team is kind of like that kind of caveat and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely took
And
advantage
great
of
indie
that.
games.
So you're saying you cheated?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. 100%. Hey,
Although
the rules were open. They're just like
We're-
pick whoever. So I'm like, hey,
Just-
I
just-
read
No,
the
that's
rules.
true.
Just wait, Jordan. Just wait. There might be a twist coming up.
Uh-oh. Is it Returnal? Is that
yeah.
a twist?
Yes, it is.
Finally, some good fucking food. Am I right? I
So,
love that meme.
my team, let's see, got 4 points for Outriders, which, ooh,
Still points. Hey, it's still points. You didn't go negative.
It's still points, but it started off really well. Like I think it was like in the 80s, but then it just got lower and lower and lower the longer it went on, and now it's down to a 74.
Now it's down to a 4. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. So, well, then the two other games I've picked up were Life is Strange: True Colors,
I think it's a good
and
take.
an indie, which I picked up with my last pick, Chris Tales, which is from the Indie World Showcase. That really cool art style RPG.
It's been in the works for a while, I think. I could be wrong on that. I think it's pronounced Crease, like C-R-I-S. Albob's cat's going crazy. So
I kept reading Crisis Tales because I look at a word once and I just fill in the blank.
I could be wrong on this, but I think it's pronounced like yes, exactly. I think it's pronounced Crease, like the character from Karate Kid or whatever. Crease.
Gotcha. But then I've also got Gotham Knights as my counterpick, which will not release. Got 0 points, so.
Which honestly, for a counterpick, isn't that bad. Like,
oh yeah,
could have been a lot worse.
Still fucked me on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of a lot worse for a counterpick, we've got Austin's team coming up, and he had Returnal. He had Returnal for his counterpick. Negative 16 points.
And guess who's still winning? Son of a bitches.
But now you're actually catchable though. That negative 16 points helps a lot. Because his team, they're all the ones that have points right now. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, 19 points. Disco Elysium, The Final Cut, 19 points. Dead Cells, Fatal Falls, 16 points. Little Nightmares 2, 13 points. It Takes Two, 18 points. MLB The Show 21, 8 points. Like, he is killing it this year.
I thought the show would have done better than that. But
yeah, the show's a little low.
As you can see, the people who were reviewing it, they felt bad for you guys, so they gave it a 78.
Yep.
Looking out for you guys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Xbox conspiracy.
Yeah. Then Josh coming in with Returnal with 16 points. And he picked up the next gen Battlefield game.
Fingers crossed.
He's got to take pot shots. Like, he needs to just shoot for the stars right now.
Exactly. Yeah. If it's like Battlefield 4 on crack, like we're hearing from the rumors, that's I gotta take it. I gotta take it. Just hope for the best.
Battlefield 4 remastered.
Give me that. I'd take that even.
Yeah. So that was it. Josh is at negative 2 points. Austin's at 77. I am at 20. Chris is at 32, and then Jordan is at 12.
And Brett was not part of Waypoint when we started this, so just a disclaimer.
But games,
I'm still beating Brett.
Yeah. I feel like Brett can be the. I know there's nothing to judge because it's all points, but like if we have a disagreement about what should be allowed, Brett could be the arbitrator.
Yeah, we do have to give him a role of some sort.
Or he could just come on Josh's team since Josh needs the help.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, exactly. But then we're just screwing over Brett.
Yeah.
No, but like double the budget. Let us get more games. We can take over.
Hey,
E3's coming up. E3's coming up.
Albob's the commish. Just ask him right now. Oh, we turned it down. That's a shame.
We got a money ball at Josh.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, good movie. I like that movie.
Yes. So I'm actually lucky though. I get Mass Effect Legendary Edition coming out this week, so I'll get some more points this week.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed like 85, 88, something like that.
I can see it being higher, honestly. People really like these games for sure. And when collections like this come out, if they nail like all those bells and whistles and just making a great game even greater, like that could be like 95. Like the ceiling is way up there.
That was my thought when I picked it up.
Yep.
All right, you guys. It is time for topic of the show. What have we been playing and watching? Who would like to start?
I will.
Okay, go.
So after 5 long months that started after the New Year, I have finally, in its entirety, for the first time, seen The Office. Finished it last week.
Ooh.
Finally seen it. Very good. Like, I have no actual complaints. but I still like all the other. A lot of people disagree that The Office should be called a sitcom, but for lack of a better word, I'm going to use that. I personally still like all the other sitcoms I've seen more, like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, Parks and Rec. I personally like them more than The Office, but I don't dislike The Office by saying that. I could point out a few flaws where Michael Scott in the beginning was way too much of a caricature, where I think at one point I told a friend he feels like a live action version of Peter Griffin, and I don't mean that in like a good way. But my issue was never necessarily Michael himself. I just wish that they would. It was how they used the fact that he was like that, where I wish there was kind of the trope of he would do this fucked up thing or say this fucked up thing by accident. Not even fucked up in terms of like politically incorrect, which is part of his character, but I just mean like let something slip or say something that wasn't supposed to be heard. But then have it so that by the end of the episode, he fixed his mistake or like he did something wrong, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like there's one episode where it's when him and Jim are both manager and they're worried about layoffs, and Michael wants everybody to play like a murder mystery game. And he yells at Jim and he goes, "They need this right now." And it's that kind of a thing I wish they did in more episodes, where they show that there's a method to his madness, or that if he does something bad, he has the ability to save. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people disliked the show after he left. I didn't hate it as much. I mean, I think Robert California might be my favorite fucking character. So Michael leaving gave me Robert California. And I think it allowed the other characters to kind of, now they got the spotlight a little bit. Like even ones that were technically main characters when Michael was still there. Like some of the things they have Pam do and the way she gets to act after Michael leaves was only there because she had to become more of the spotlight. So like I was okay with him leaving.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So I'm a huge Office fan.
Yeah.
And so quick question. Are you more around my age or more around Josh's age?
How old are you, Brett? I don't know.
27.
I'm 25. So Josh, how old are you?
I'm going to be 23 next month.
I'm right in between, apparently.
What an insulting question. What an insulting question.
Yeah, Brett just wants to set up this Zoomer angles. Agenda.
No, because part of my question was like, so I watched part of that show like live as it aired, and the energy around that show was just completely different.
Yeah,
like you're coming at it from like a completely different perspective.
So I was in high school when the show ended, and I was never into it, but I remember seeing on Facebook a bunch of people being like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it's going to end, blah, blah, blah." And then the big thing that's been just nagging at me for the last few years as to why I was like, let me finally watch it, is that every single person my age watches it and talks about it on Twitter and makes reference. Like I knew half of the best jokes of this show going in because I had seen them on Twitter or referenced in TikToks, or people's Tinder bios were filled with Office references. Which, no offense, guys, that's not really a personality, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah, exactly. So, like, I knew a lot of those jokes already, and so I feel like it's just that people hyped the show up so much to the point that it was like, this show reinvented comedy, that I go in, I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's perfectly good, but it is not what people... It's not how It didn't live up to the expectations, but how could it? From 5 years of everyone I know making references to it, right. And, like, acting as they're like, you haven't seen it?
Yeah,
it's kind of like when it's like in 2013 when someone's like, "Oh no, I've never seen Breaking Bad," and you were like, "What?" Like, I thought it was like the Breaking Bad of comedy.
Still haven't seen.
Highly recommend it, but like it's not in like the pulp cultural conversation anymore. So whatever.
I have also never seen it, just for the record.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I think with The Office, like it's both correct and incorrect, but because the show is so good and so popular that like. There is an aspect of like, there's a reason why Josh has.
I totally get the appeal to it, and like even now that I've seen it in its entirety, I get the comfort behind it. Of like, I could turn it on and just like watch random episodes now that I know the dynamic of all the characters in the plot line. And I really liked the point they made in the last episode, where the point of the show is just you're watching something ordinary, but you're finding fun or beauty in just an everyday ordinary thing.
Yeah.
And I also really liked in the last episode how Creed mentions that like humans have this funny way of making anything that they're a part of home. So it's kind of like why it's hard to leave a job sometimes. Like you're comfortable with that place, you're familiar. Yeah, right. Austin.
I have a confession to make. Shows like that where it's all about like anxiety-inducing humor. Like it's basically what my comparison is the Borat movies. like it's that kind of humor. I can't watch those movies because I would rather get stabbed in the pee than watch those movies.
There is
Is it-
certain episodes
No,
where
hold
the
on.
cringe is
Hold
too
on.
much.
That's kind of what it is for me. I literally can't watch them. It makes my anxiety-inducing brain hurt. Like I would rather take physical pain than watch this and have the anxiety pain. I don't know how to explain it. My girlfriend makes fun of me constantly
No, I get
for
it.
this kind of stuff. But
It
yeah,
was,
I can't do it.
the one episode that I thought was going to be too much cringe for me to handle was Scott's Tots. And if you guys aren't familiar, that's an episode where Michael's supposed to go to a school where 10 years ago he promised these like kindergartners that he will pay for their college if they didn't drop out of school. And 10 years later, he's in the same job. So like he doesn't have the money to pay for all these random kids' college. So he has to go up to them and tell them that. And I really thought I was gonna, yeah. And like, I really thought I was gonna have to see like some teenager cry on their phone to the parents. Like I was so worried, but like, nah, like it's all resolved without as much cringe as you think. But going in, because yeah, it's like, oh god. Yeah, but no, I get that.
Just a me thing. Don't know.
No, I get that.
The secondhand embarrassment that you feel
Exactly,
from
yeah.
watching it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
Like that.
it physically hurts me. I don't know how to explain it. I
Mhm.
can't do it.
Yeah. And I really like the sweeter moments of the show. Like I'm big in like I like sweet moments in my comedic shows / movies.
Mhm.
But I think The Office, especially towards the end, started using Jim and Pam's relationship as a crutch because they were like, hey, you guys love this, so we're just gonna keep showing flashbacks to this to remind you why you're still here.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like I wish the show had more to go and look back on than just remember how you liked this one couple.
That makes
On
sense.
top of that, I've been just doing a rewatch of the entirety of Ben 10 because why not? Nothing matters anymore.
Very on brand. Very on brand for you.
I know.
Mhm.
And then I finally am doing my second ever playthrough of Spider-Man 2018. This time playing Spider-Man Remastered, and I'm doing a new game plus run, so I don't have to do all the extra side stuff. I could just mainline the story.
Oh, nice.
And I'm having a lot of fun with it. Actually, getting to play it in the performance ray tracing mode on a 4K HDR television looks so nice.
I know the first time I remember playing this was just on a PS4 Pro, but just seeing Spider-Man 2018 in HDR, it looks so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went from playing it originally on a 720p base 720p base PS4 to now 4K HDR 60 FPS remastered like night and day.
Dang.
I switched to fidelity mode for what I've been trying to get one specific picture that's going to have to utilize ray tracing a lot. So I'm like, when I'm in that picture, I will even switch to fidelity mode.
Mm-hmm.
And jumping to those 30 frames, I was like, fuck, this is laggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't find one building in that game that doesn't have dirt on the window to like ease up the ray tracing.
Gotcha.
Because spoiler for if I ever post this photo mode is I'm trying to recreate, now that they have the Andrew Garfield suit in it, I want to recreate that scene from the first Amazing Spider-Man movie where he puts the costume on and he looks at his reflection in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to recreate that shot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, what about you guys?
I can go next.
Yeah.
Go for
Okay,
it.
Austin, I'll go next. Thanks, Austin. Great. I'm still playing Link's Awakening. It's the first, the remake. It's the first Zelda game I've ever played, so I just kind of keep going off and on it. I'm on the second to last dungeon, and man, the dungeons in this game, which is the entirety of this game, they're great. I'm not a dungeon person, but they're really cool, and it's like a baby's first Zelda, and I love it because I tried playing. Okay, so technically I've played other Zeldas, but like I've never gone more than like a few hours because I'm like I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing because I just don't play these games. So I feel like playing this as like an entry level Zelda is pretty smart, and I am enjoying my time. So maybe after this I make the huge leap to Breath of the Wild. Who knows? But it doesn't seem very smart. But it seems like something I'd do. So, and then after that, my girlfriend and I started playing Unravel 2. We just like to play co-op games together that we can actually play without wanting to kill each other. That's a huge caveat. And that's on that Unravel 2 is on Game Pass, and I can't say enough good things about Game Pass because I would have never played this game otherwise. But Unravel 2 is just those two little yarn people. I believe the first one didn't have co-op. I could be wrong on that, but the second one is pretty much designed around co-op. I think if you like, and you can customize your little yarn people. You can make them different colors, give them little horns. It's great. yeah, and it's just traversal puzzles, and yeah, it's fun. And we're still watching Supernatural. Fuck y'all. You were doubting me and my girlfriend. We're on season like 6, I think.
Out of a million.
Say season 60.
There's 15 seasons. 15 seasons.
Jesus Christ.
That's
I
a
also
lot of TV.
watched that new movie, Mitchell's versus the Machines on Netflix.
Oh,
I've been hearing good things about that.
I think it's good. I don't think it's great, but I think
Okay.
they nail what they're going for. I just don't think their vision was like revolutionary. You know, I think they just had this idea, they nailed it, they had the cool animation, and they got their vision. I think they nailed their vision. I just don't think they were trying to wow you. Does that
No,
make sense?
Right.
Is
Yeah,
this
I-
Pixar, DreamWorks?
It's the same people who made Lego Movie with the animators. Could be the same animator. I could be wrong, but it's like Lego Movie mashed with the animation studio who did Spider-Verse.
Sony.
Oh, Sony. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah.
on my watch list, so just gotta get around to it.
And just to wrap this all up in a nice little bow, I started watching One Piece again because I hate my life apparently. Because that show never fucking ends. Okay, I'm swearing a lot this episode, but I'm on
Damn,
episode. I'm not
I like it.
exaggerating. This is not an exaggeration. I am on episode 937.
Out of.
I don't know. It doesn't end. It hasn't ended yet.
No,
It's still going.
It's the supernatural of anime.
It's one of
It
those things where I'm
really
like,
is.
okay, fuck you. It's one of those. Maybe I just have a glutton for punishment. I've said that a lot. Maybe it's just true. But it's one of those things where I'm like, I'll just wait till it's finished and then I'll start on it again. But then I keep hearing good things from like friends of mine who also watch it, and I'm like, God damn, I need to watch this show. And then I start watching it, and I guarantee I'll get to like episode 1070 or something if it goes that long, and I'll just stop again.
It will, because my friend,
I'll
he's reading the manga,
manga?
and yeah, he's well over 1,000. I think they might even be over
I-
1,100 right now.
It's
chapters.
something where it's like, I wish I didn't like this show. I wish it was just bad, and I could be like, you know what? I don't need this in my life. And for a time, I was like, you know what? I'm not finishing this. It's not worth it. And then I hear good things, and I remember the tears that I've shed about this stupid show and these stupid pirates and their stupid friendship. Yeah, the show's great. Like, honestly, I can't suggest you watch it because it's just too goddamn long. But if you did watch it, you wouldn't regret it. I will say that.
According to Wikipedia, there's only 972 episodes.
I'm on
What did you say you're
900.
on?
What did I say? It's like 932 or 9.
That you're in the
Damn,
900s.
It's 900 and
Yeah.
something. There's too damn many. I said I have
No.
932 in my notes. So
But then it says that there's also like 13 TV specials and like 14 movies.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I don't really watch anime movies that often. I did watch the most recent movie that they put out. It's like One Piece Gold or something, and it just has a really dope animation style. It like just watching that for like the animation is cool.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Right. You watch anime for the animation.
Normally I
cool.
don't. I watch anime to cry, honestly.
For the feels,
Oh.
like we had that
Yeah.
episode on.
I
As
thought it was gonna be for the anime babes.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
That's just a plus. That's just a plus.
Yeah.
But as Kyle Stevenson would say, sad boy hours. Like there's times where I'm just like, I want that good relatable cry. You know, not the cry where like I'm withering in my like I'm fetal position in my bed. Like it just that like you feel that you're like
The
"Nah, I'm just-"
cathartic
Yes.
cry.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've noticed.
No.
You know,
I have a
hits different.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a history telling my friends that crying is just laundry for the soul, and you need to do it every once in a while.
every once
Yeah.
in a while. Except I
Yeah.
wash laundry every day because laundry is a never-ending struggle of my life. Okay, moving on.
Why you got to do laundry naked? That way, there's no clothes that will have to be cleaned naked later.
I was doing laundry the other day, or my girlfriend was doing laundry the other day, and she's like, "You need to strip now. I'm doing laundry," and I'm like, "Damn, okay."
God.
Big thing I've been playing lately is Returnal.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Oh, I am
Just rub it in. Just rub it in. Just rub it in.
I am in love with that game. It is hard, but it is that challenging hard where it's not like Dark Souls where you're just like pounding your head. It's like
You want to die.
right, yeah. It's like just let me do like there's so many times I just got cornered. Like, you know, the enemies just surrounded me, and yeah.
Hi, Austin, Waypoint. Should they implement save states, and have you had any crashes?
Yes and yes.
Oh, those are. I wanted. Damn it! Dang it!
What?
Explain.
Explain. So, the safe state thing, like a big portion of or thing of this is like for the longest time I could not get to the second biome. Like I just kept dying, and you know, just like I said, kept getting overwhelmed by enemies, or just that first boss just destroyed me. But then, what was it? Wednesday night, I think it was. I actually did beat the first boss and got to the second biome. I actually made my way all the way through the second biome and died at the second boss because I was at like a third of health and had no healing. But by that point it was like midnight. So what's up?
Yes, another question. Awesome Waypoint. Hi, hello. Hopefully you recognize my face by now.
Yeah.
I was watching Game Scoop. I didn't finish the episode, but Damon mentioned that you can go to your ship and heal at any time. That's a thing that he learned.
I did not know that.
You have to go do you have to walk all the way back, or is there like fast travel?
There's like teleportation.
But
spots,
the way Damon explained it, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but like even he didn't know that. Like he's like, wait, what? When he did figure it out, like they don't spell that out to you, kind of a thing. Also,
I did not know that.
Another tip he said that you get like a sword pretty early on, right?
Yep.
And it's
a melee.
The way that is presented is more so like defense or like deflecting or something. I don't remember what he said exactly, but use it as attack because it does a lot of attack on like any enemy. Okay, but apparently the way it's like expressed in the game is like this isn't necessarily your first like way to attack.
No, it's like
people,
close quarters. It's just for close quarters.
Yeah,
it's not like you lunge and do it. It's literally just a swipe. Apparently, it's not. You can't even really combo. Effective. You can't even combo with it. It's literally just one swipe, cooldown, one swipe, cooldown. Like that's one thing I wish they would do is upgrade to a combo or something. But
3 swipes. As
far as the crashes go, I had one hard crash where it just booted me out to the PS5 home menu. And then I had 2 glitches where I was could not progress. Like I picked up an item and then the game just glitched out on me where I like walked through the pedestal where the item was and like I couldn't interact with anything. So after the second time,
have you played since the patch?
Yes.
I don't know if the patch is like live yet, or because I saw a tweet about them detailing the patch. So I'm just wondering.
But I found out what people have found out what the cause was after it happened the second time. I was like, okay, there's got to be something I'm doing wrong that's causing this glitch. Because literally I could not open doors to progress. Like I'd walk up to, because you don't even have to hit a button to open doors. You just walk up to them and they open automatically. So when I walked up to a door and it didn't open, I'm like, okay, this is weird. And found out that if you wear the pre-order bonus suits, the game will just randomly glitch in on you. So
get sucker punched.
Basically,
that's what you get for pre-ordering games.
Yeah, it's always the free suits.
Yeah, it was exactly. $70 too. Wow, just 2 sucker punches.
Yep. But I am loving that game. Yeah, so just a couple other quick things. Oh, yeah, Jordan.
Do you think that it deserves a higher Metacritic score to further negate Austin's score in the Fantasy Critic?
I hope
do you think it's like worth 100?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like, I think it's actually really good where it's at, like the 86. I honestly wasn't expecting it to get that high of a score.
Yeah, me neither, apparently. Like, hello. But for the record, when, what was it? Disco Elysium, when I originally had that as a score, it was like 25 points or something obscene because it was like 95 for a bit. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then it went down again. So fuck me.
That's the same thing that happened with Outriders. Like I said, that was at like a 80 or 85, and then now it's a 74.
I'm in a cussy mood, apparently. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like this new energy. You should bring it to more shows. For sure.
Yeah.
Will do.
Bad boy Austin.
Austin After Dark. Let's get it.
You gotta pay extra for that.
Ooh.
A couple other things.
OnlyFans / Austin After Dark.
A couple other things I've been just playing and watching real quick. Played a bit of Pokemon Snap, or the new Pokemon Snap, and enjoying that, but because of all the game releases coming up, that's kind of like my I got a couple minutes here and there, I'll just play a level, something like that. Just kind of a quick little time waster, but I'm enjoying it. What else? Bad Batch. Really liked episode 1, watched episode 2, and it was a good one, not quite as good as the first one, I thought.
I agree. It was a little cliche. Like the story's been told so many times before, but it's with the Bad Batch and those characters, so it's like,
yeah,
still a chef's kiss,
One thing I do want to say, it's non-spoilery, but like the end of episode 1, they end the episode with putting somebody that's never been into space in the co-pilot chair and showing them hyperspace for the first time. And man, the music cue kicked in, and man, like I've said this on Twitter, but Dave Filoni just has a straight shot to my emotions, because man, that just it just melted me. Like,
yeah.
Dave Filoni's in this? That's cool.
Who's gonna tell him?
Well, I know he's not an actor.
Okay, just making sure.
He's executive producing, so he's not like as hands on as Oral. It's the same writing team from Resistance.
Okay.
Ooh.
But I was talking to Chris.
The hit game Resistance, Fall of Man.
Yeah.
No, Star Wars.
All right,
Resistance.
Yeah.
just keep the mic off. You had your turn.
But I was talking to Chris before RIP.
Yeah.
And
Before he passed.
Yep. And we were talking, I was like, just give Dave Filoni the keys to Star Wars. Just let him be like the Kevin Feige. Like, just give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Chris that same stream, and there's a couple bits of Revenge of the Sith animated in that intro to like catch you up, and I'm like, Dave Filoni, just remaster Revenge of the Sith. Just have your team go in, like, take the voice actors from Clone Wars, redo it all, but have it in a sense, like, in a way that can work and is integrated with the season 7 like final arc, and just remake Revenge of the Sith, please, but just Clone Wars art style.
Right? Yeah.
That's my dream.
All right, Brett or Josh, how do you guys want to go next?
I'll hop on next. So I got a Series S because Brett cheaped me out and
One of us.
Exactly, for his giveaway. So I broke and I caught one, and that has now become like my nostalgia machine. So I've been on just nostalgia benders with all these backwards compatible games. The main one being GTA 4, which like played that way back in the day, like definitely when I wasn't supposed to be playing it, like, like 10 when I came out, and then I really got into it when I was 12. And so I'm like nostalgically horny, like going to these like strip clubs and like getting prostitutes, and you can have girlfriends in that game. It's like, man, this is like some of my first exposure to this shit, and oh my god. But like I'm really liking the story. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how much have you missed? Nico, it's your cousin Roman. Let's go bowling.
Oh my god. So one of the I got that immediately happened, and I'm like, I remember you can let him die at the end of this game, and I'm gonna fucking let him die, and I'm not gonna fucking miss him when he's not calling me every 10 minutes to go fucking
bowling, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Those memes, I mean, I played the game as well, but those memes were everywhere because it was just that one, it was too often that would happen in the game.
Nico Bellic was like one of the first characters where I realized, oh, voice acting's a thing, because like it was so memorable for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he puts in a very good performance. Even like the combat dialogue when he's just yelling at motherfuckers, I'm like, damn, I don't remember this being this intense. And like the story is surprisingly a lot like kind of more serious than like I couldn't wrap around my head like all the themes going on in the story at a young age, but now I'm like, damn. And the satirical America presented in Rockstar games, honestly, as a Canadian, might as well be the real America like that's down there. So like it's over the top. And then from a gameplay system, it's honestly the same as Red Dead, which is the same as GTA 5, which is almost the same as Red Dead 2. So it's like you're not really. Go ahead.
Have you found the swing set yet?
Swing set. Oh, where you can drive into it. Oh my god,
glitch.
I forgot about that. I forgot about. Oh man,
wait, what's the swing set glitch?
You just drive into the swing set and get like punted across.
It's literally like, yeah. I found it out about because I actually never played GTA 4. I bought it from a Walmart when I was in college, but I already had Windows 7 at the time, and it was one of those games with the Windows Games Live for PC or whatever, and so it just was not compatible. So I never got to play it. But I saw Achievement Hunter do I think it was their Go series, and they found there's a glitch where if you drive into this, it's just a random swing set in a park, and if you drive into it, it just launches you.
I love that.
Oh man, I remember me and my friend like doing that when we were playing it at his place, and just laughing for like doing it over and over for hours. So honestly, later tonight when I go play some more missions, that's what I'm doing for sure. Other than that, like Modern Warfare 3, which is my favorite campaign in the Call of Duty series, just having to play that, and then classic Black Ops Zombies, just all the nostalgic vibes with the Series S. Probably gonna go back and do Saints Row 2 just because I still stand on the hill that that's better than GTA 4, because GTA 4 is where it's like starts going a little too serious versus Saints Row gets really crazy at 3. But except for that, in terms of exactly in terms of what I've been watching, Invincible finished the last 3 episodes. Oh, I like stocked up on 3, so I jammed 3 out in a row. Oh my god,
man! You got to watch 7 and 8 at the same time. That I
yeah.
I still have to binge that show, so I don't have to wait week to week.
It's just a 2-parter. It's just a episode 7 part 2 is what 8 is.
Yeah. 100%. I'm super excited for that to get renewed. I'm getting very close to watching The Boys, but I'm also like, or do I just re-binge Invincible again?
It's been renewed for 2 more seasons, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 and 3. Yeah. Super excited. And then Bad Batch, of course. And then I had some time to kill before last night's episode, so I was like, let's watch the final arc of season 7 just to feel some shit. And man, Dave Filoni can do no wrong, for sure.
I've been thinking about starting Rebels over again because it's been since 2019 since I've watched, so it's been long enough.
Okay, I might join you on that.
Ooh, let's go.
I'll be down for that.
Josh, quick question: has GTA 4 been up-resed or gotten a frame rate boost at all now that it's on Game Pass? Because I know Xbox has been doing that with a lot of their games. But I don't know.
I don't think so. It like has the X and S logo next to it, so I don't know if that means it's got a bit of a boost. But
I believe so.
Okay.
If it has the
it
X,
runs
Series X and S logo.
Here's the question.
Yes.
Does it look like you remember it? Because if it looks like you remember it, it probably got enhanced. That's the thing.
Yeah. It looks surprisingly good for a game that came out in 2008. Yeah, so I could
our brains always like up-res games, and then we
exactly.
play again, and we're like,
yeah.
Well, until you watch clips of them.
Yeah.
I also know that like GTA 4 always annoyed me a little bit because it was just they made Liberty City so gray because you're looking at it through Nico's eyes, and on top of that, like it was probably 720p at best back then.
Yeah.
So like
100%.
Yeah. Is the DLC with it? Because I never played The Lost and the Damned or the Ballad of Gay Tony, but I know that Liberty City looks more colorful in those ones because it's not Nico's interpretation.
It's not, but I'd have to check the store to see if you can get it separately, because like I've been buying Call of Duty DLC. So it might just be one of those situations where it's in there. They didn't have the complete edition with all 3 campaigns, but I do legitimately love Lost and Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony, and I would be more than happy to play those again for sure.
Never played. I've heard good things.
I've heard good things about the Ballad of Gay Tony. I haven't heard much about Lost and Damned.
Lost and Damned's like the lesser of the the 2, but still very good. Also, very impressed with Xbox Quick Resume. That is quite an amazing feature. Yeah. Cool. Oh my god.
All right. Last but not least,
away,
Brett.
Yeah.
Well, so first, I can't believe you said Modern Warfare 3 is your favorite campaign.
Oh my god, of course, dude. It takes your favorite characters from Modern Warfare 1 and 2 and puts them in fucking World War 3, raises the stakes. And I've been drafting this tweet, but it's like one of my favorite superhero games because it's a superhero game in the way that Fast and Furious are superhero movies, where you're like, how are the fuck are any of these dudes surviving half the shit going on? And so that's why it's one of my favorite superhero games.
Interesting. And when you're talking about GTA 4, I was like, man, like we've had GTA 5 for so long that like 4, like I haven't played 4. I haven't played 4 in a long time, but like I was like, man, 4 must be like, because 4 is so different from 5 in terms of like the story and stuff. So I was like, dang, I kind of want to go back and experience like new GTA content or content. So
4 is somehow that game you forget you like. Like 4 is like, for me at least, like it kind of got overshadowed. But that game got a bunch of 10s, and no one talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Also, that
GTA 5.
soundtrack
Yeah.
hits hard. Like the theme of that, just I could sit in the like loading menus all day just listening to the GTA 4 theme.
Yeah, I've never beaten GTA 4 because whenever I'd play, it would be at someone else's place, and you just would kill people for 15
Oh yeah, I
minutes.
owned it and never beat it. Like I started doing missions, but for most of it, I was just like, let me fuck around and use cheat codes because that's what
Yeah.
GTA
Yeah.
was to me back then.
Yeah.
Yep.
100% the same. To where like I didn't even earn a whole lot of trophies for that, but I've popped more achievements on Series S than I have the like PS3 trophies for that game because I used cheat codes back in the day.
Yeah, I always hated that.
Yeah.
I always did both, where I would do the campaign and then just fuck about.
Yeah, Rockstar's trophies are always like annoying, so I never really
Oh,
like go
100%.
for them
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
games. Especially Red Dead 2. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was right. That game broke me. But yeah, anyway, so I'll start with games. So on May the 4th, I played through a bunch of the Jedi Knight series, and that was a lot of fun for nostalgic reasons, but also to like we did the Pitch It episode before that, right? So I hadn't played a couple of them. I hadn't played a couple of them until after we did that episode, and it was interesting how some things still work very well about all of those games, but like a lot of the things that don't age well are like some of it's like gameplay. So it's like I was like, man, these games like need like remakes so bad because like the stories are kind of cool. It's just like literally like I was trying to play Dark Forces 2 and like it's like 240p or something, and like you have to like I had to like zoom it in a weird way to like get it to work on my like fancy monitor. It was like it was so weird, and I think there's mods and stuff, but it was fun to see the progression of Dark Forces 1, which was a late like LucasArts animation game with like the cutscenes and everything being that like Secret of Monkey Island kind of like hand drawn animation, and then going all the way to Jedi Outcast and Academy, which are like third person, lightsaber combat with some puzzle elements, and it was only like 8 years from that, but there was like 6 games or something in 8 years, and they kind of like it's like emblematic of the industry of like where games were and then where they ended when the last game came out. So that was just interesting to see how that played out, of playing all of them in a condensed time. And then I'm also playing the Mass Effect series. I'm on 3, so got to finish that before they come out again.
Well, Friday.
Yeah, but I can do it.
I'm sticking.
I can do it. 3's a little more streamlined, so 1 and 2 are definitely more not obtuse, but like just more to do and in different ways. I played some Returnal. I haven't played it in a few days because
Same. Yeah.
Okay, so I could, this could be completely moot, but so I was playing it, and I'm on like a 3-hour run, and this was the last time I played, it was like a week ago, and I know they put out patches. So does that mean like my run is just bored because it's gonna have to
if it updated, you're probably screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I heard that's what happened to Blessing from Kind of Funny, that he was in the middle of a run, put it in rest mode, and the game updated on him, and he had to start his run over.
Dang, I'm like halfway through the 3rd biome. So.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
Yeah, F in the chat.
That's why we needed a save system, Austin, because I was in the middle of a long run. I literally had to stop because it was like 4 a.m. and then I'm like,
could you just do you need to be online to play the game?
Yes.
Oh, I was saying just disconnect from the internet. But never mind.
Actually, it's not that you need to be connected to the internet. It's the game. Literally, you can't stop mid-run unless you put the system into rest mode and like basically suspend it. Otherwise, you have to just quit and restart your run.
So how do they fix that? Like I know the answer is to implement save states, but do you just put like a thing in the game that you can save at any time, or like is it like
It-
by
it-
biome? Maybe by
it-
biome.
That's what my
It should-
thought was. Yeah, if you get to a
By
new biome,
bio-
yeah.
I
By
know a lot of
biome-
people. Go ahead, Brett.
Oh yeah, by biome or some sort of conditional where like I was on a 3-hour run and it's 4 a.m. Like I should be able to save my progress, whereas Joe Blow is trying to save scum to get like a certain weapon or something. Like I don't know how that would work, but there's I wish there would be
Right,
like
yeah.
a conditional way.
I know a lot of people were saying you should get one save slot that will like delete upon death.
yeah, something like that too, where like you die
Yeah.
and you go back, like you can't reload and you can't. Yeah, something like that would be awesome.
Because I would have loved to do that because, like I said, I was playing late, or I should say I needed to get to bed, but I got to that second biome and it's like, I want to keep going because when you're in those roguelikes, you get in those zones where it's like, you don't want to stop because you know next time you come back, you're not going to be in that zone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just wish that at every biome they'd have a place you could just stop. Like, you know,
What if they like MGS it, where they like break the fourth wall and they create a character who sells you save slots and talks about shit like that?
Damn.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Just
I mean, that would lead into the like save scumming that Brett mentioned, but then just for those players, just turn it off. Like, no, fuck you. You don't get these. This character doesn't exist for
but
you.
you just make it like, I mean, I won't say like crazy expensive, but expensive enough where you have to be having a decent run.
Yeah.
Right.
But man, that game is just so gorgeous. I don't know how to explain it. Like the
ray
atmosphere of the
tracing.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the atmosphere of the game is like very alien-esque, which is like it's just like you're literally walking in this like giant citadel or something, and then you see just like a giant like creature moving in the distance, and you're like, what the heck is that? Like Lovecraftian a little bit too. Like you don't even know what that is. Like you will probably never come across it, but it's just I can't say enough good things about it. The gameplay is awesome. The shooting's great. The weapons, what I've encountered so far, hasn't been too much. Like I've only had like 4 or 5 weapons.
What's your favorite? Just curious.
I don't even know what it is. It's the one that like shoots 2 purple.
Oh yeah, like the
That's kinda has,
hollow
like,
something I think it's called.
They kind of have it spread, yeah. And the thing is, like all the weapons can be good depending on certain drops. So you can even if you like I don't like the pistol that much, but I did have one good drop with the pistol that I just had to use it, and you just have to play. You just have to play differently with each gun in terms of your ammo clip, rate of fire, damage.
I'd say the shotgun's probably my favorite.
Yeah, the shotgun's awesome. It's a great shotgun, but there's just so much minutia in a good way of like all the weapons, and it's just so fun to play. Dashing, attacking, and all that.
60 FPS, 4K, ray tracing. It looks so good.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and I love. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, are you actually gonna finish this PlayStation exclusive, or is it just gonna add to the list of Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2?
Ala, were you answering for me or you?
I'm answering for me because Mass Effect's coming out this week. So
The answer is the same. The answer
ship.
is the same. The answer is the same.
Damn, answer's the same for both of them. Same.
So I'm gonna say yes because it only seems to be like a 9-10 hour game or something like that, and so
all at once though.
I beat the first boss on 2 tries, and the second boss I beat on 1. Like I'm pretty decent at like shooters and those kind of Twitch gameplay stuff, so I don't feel like it's gonna be too tough. And you can get back to your spot pretty fast once you get.
That's what I've heard. There's like shortcuts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's not like a complete start over from the main game. But yeah, I definitely will finish Returnal, and then I'm obligated to finish Last of Us 2.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Not obligated.
Exactly.
Well, I'm waiting for the Last of Us 2 remake. We're getting the Last of Us 1 remake. I'm waiting for the Last of Us 2 remake.
Shut up.
Or at least the PS5
Probably will make a
patch.
Last of Us 2
Shut up about the Last
remastered.
of Us remake.
I think
At least
When
the
was
PS5
Last-
patch. Come on, like I'm
When
surprised
is-
they didn't do
yeah.
that already.
when did Last of Us 2 come out? Like June, July?
June.
The
of last
PS5
year.
patch. The PS5 patch is 100% coming out when the multiplayer comes out. 100%.
Or this June with E3. I know they're not doing E3,
Yeah,
but
but are we? Oh, go ahead.
they could do either for their state of play around E3 or for the anniversary of the game, a PS5 patch or something like a PS5.
Do you guys
version.
just think it's going to be a patch, or do you think they'll make like an actual PS5 optimized version?
Both.
Not like
Both.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's.
I don't think
Yeah.
they can get away with selling the same game a year later.
No, I mean, it's just say you get a free upgrade if you have the PS4 version.
Exactly, yeah,
Oh, I don't
like
think they'll do that.
Avengers and what else is doing that? Final Fantasy
that-
VII is doing that as well.
Well,
They're just
yeah. Final Fantasy VII is different because they're upgrading the game for you, but you have to buy the DLC still.
yeah.
But I do think I could see them doing like a patch where they update the game.
It seems like more of a Square thing, though, right? Right.
Yeah, that's probably a Square thing.
Yeah.
But I just asked because I know there's like those 3 tiers where it's like, okay, running it better backwards compatibility, running it with a patch, and then an actual PS5 version. Like that's the steps we saw with Avengers, which is the example I'm going to use because I know it has those 3 steps.
Mhm.
Right.
But like, so an actual optimized version will be chef's kiss.
Yeah, that's what I meant by PS5 patch. I meant PS5 version. That was like.
But yeah, so hot dropping in Verdansk every once in a while.
Nice.
Getting them dubs. Even though Josh will say I'm not getting wins.
Professional gameplay, fucking 73rd. Come on, bro.
Shit.
Dude, that game is like I don't know if anybody else has played Warzone at all here, like for any amount of time, but like
I just uninstalled it.
No shame in that. Like it's
That's
so,
what I'm getting.
I played a few rounds when it first came out.
It works. When it works, it's so fun because like it's Call of Duty shooting, but in a battle royale, so it's like two awesome things together. But like skins are super dark, you can't see them. Like the audio is terrible. Like there's just so many wrong things with it too. Like it's literally like
takes up half a terabyte.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm not downloading it on any other because I sold my I gave my PS4 away, and I'm not wasting it on my PS5 or my PC to put 500 gigs on a game I'll play once in a while.
Yeah, they do that on purpose too. But I played some Star Wars Squadrons the other day, and that game is super fun. But like I was super rusty. I'm like, man, that's the game you have to know all the builds and little things with each ship too. Like it's
the controls in general.
Yeah. Played some Battlefront 2 as well. That game, like IGN tweeted like a few days ago the best-selling Star Wars games, and like Battlefront 1 and 2 EA's versions were like 1 and 3. So like
with Fallen Order as like 2.
Yeah.
And granted,
Fallen Order.
It's like it was kind of emblematic of the gaming industry just because it's getting bigger and bigger. So like a lot of more recent games are up at the top. But yeah, like I want a Battlefront 3 so bad because I played some of the campaign. Awesome Luke Skywalker moment in that campaign. Really.
Yeah, you fight bugs. Yeah, very deep and compelling moment for Luke Skywalker in his journey. Fucking just fighting bugs.
Yeah, very deep, very compelling.
Star Wars.
What's a Star War?
Why are they fighting over a star anyway?
But yeah, just awesome game. Really want a third Battlefront from EA. Like I honestly would trust them to do it right from the jump. And watching Bad Batch too. Like I was kind of hesitant when they announced the show because I'm like, the characters from the arc from the Clone Wars was like, their arc was kind of ho hum, and it felt very backdoor piloty. We're like, all right, we're going off our own secret mission now, and it's like, and then they announced the show like a month later. I'm like you wasted a third of the final season on these guys, but then like the show started, and I had come around to the show before it aired just because the trailers were so great with the music and the vibes and stuff. But the Bad Batch is, and it's like I saw this meme of like the Scooby Doo where the dude Freddy pulls the sheet over, and it was like Bad Batch, and then he pulled the sheet, and it's like Clone Wars season 8. I was like, I'm like, it literally the animation style, literally like kind of what you were saying before we were recording, Josh, like just like the way episodes play out, like way episode 2 played out, felt very Clone Wars. But I like that. I'm down for that.
The animation of the Clone Wars logo burning away, like disintegrating to the Bad Batch logo.
The animation got better too. Like I'm starting to notice things that are just on a higher quality technically. I still don't like how much Hunter looks like Rambo. Like, I wish they
That's a
would
little
have.
jarring to me too.
I wish they would have
Yeah.
changed his design just like 5%. Like he literally
Yeah.
looks like Rambo. Everyone else looks awesome. I love Tech and Echo and Wrecker and Crosshair. Like they all look like Django, but a little bit different, like even more different than the
Right.
clones.
Mhm.
And
That would be.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that would be my ideal Battlefront 3 campaign. Is just give me something along the lines of Bad Batch. Honestly, like this tight knit group of clones, just dealing with
That'd be
their own
cool.
shit in the Clone Wars.
It's almost like you could have pitched that.
I was
on
just
different
gonna say that
show.
too.
No, this podcast I was listening.
Still,
to,
I would have lost to Brandon either way.
Oh yeah.
This
Spoilers.
podcast too. I was listening to today was talking about a Republic Commando game with the Bad Batch because literally, if you guys have ever played Republic, Commando, like it's literally
No.
like very Bad Batch-esque where like certain clones in this elite Delta Squad have like certain things that they excel at more than other clones. Like one's a good sniper, just like Crosshair and on and on.
One has a knife and looks like Rambo.
Has that
This is the only like special quality.
has that a free Zynga Star Wars game came out yet for the Switch? You know what I'm talking about?
Bounty
I don't think
Hunters or
so.
something? No.
That's
Well,
what
we
I
could-
think.
We could see something more about that at E3.
Gotcha.
It was a Switch game too, right?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, if it's a Switch game, and I know like the fact that it was from Zynga like made people where it was like it's free, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only Star Wars games I've ever played are the Lego games, so that's where I'm at.
Those games are fucking great though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
smash
it's
shit.
fantastic.
There's a bunch of references in there I don't understand. It's great.
Yeah. Sad for the new one. Whenever it comes out, they just like were like delayed.
Wait, Austin, have you never seen Star Wars?
I've seen them all once, and okay, I lied. I haven't seen the newest two.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Some of the
I
best.
want you to play through not the Skywalker Saga game because that one's gonna have voice acting. I want you to play through the original Lego Star Wars games where they like didn't have voice acting and just mimic stuff. And I want us to like have you interpret each movie based off the Lego game.
Oh
I would
my God.
honestly be down for this.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Because I've seen one clip where because they didn't have voice acting, the old ones, when Vader's supposed to say, Luke, I am your father, he pulls out a Polaroid where he's just holding like baby Luke.
I like that better. I like that better than
Well,
voice acting in the newer ones.
I was gonna say, to
honestly.
be fair, I'd understand that scene. Come
Well,
on.
of course, that scene, obviously, but I just mean like if
The
because
part
they'll
of
do
the
that for the stuff you haven't seen or don't remember. I want to
Actually-
hear your interpretations.
And actually, I lied again. The one, wow, this is gonna. The one where Luke meets Yoda and he's like riding his back. I've seen that one like 3 or 4 times on and off.
Empire.
Yeah, because my dad had that on VHS and would watch that.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, there was a little bit more of a charm when they didn't have the voice acting.
Which is the new one too. You'll be able to pick. So
I'll be the
word?
judge.
Oh,
I'll be the
cool.
judge of that. Thank you. If it was more charming or not.
Alrighty.
Damn.
because like I like
It was his
playing-
idea.
Playing
No, you're right.
playing The Force Awakens and I think there's Lego Star Wars 3 Clone Wars, which was like
Mhm.
season 1 of the
Yeah, I
series.
remember that one.
Like those I think had real voice acting and it just like the voice acting was good. It's just I was so used to the pantomiming and like the voice acting coming out of Legos just I don't know felt off.
No, I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's all our time for today. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like and share the video and follow us on all podcast services because we are on audio podcasts as well. And with that, we will see you at the next Waypoint.
There's a new Judgment game. Oh my god.
Chris is dead. Oh my god.